Congratulations, you've unlocked All Apologies, a show about apology tours and demanding satisfaction. I'm your host, Trucker Andy, and with me, as always, is your co-host, Joe Sixpack. Joe, what's going on?
Hey, everybody. Don't forget to go over to allapologies.com, allapologiespodcast.com to find the links to all of our Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, X, all of our social medias. Go ask for an apology, demand an apology, refuse to apologize, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. The thing that we're asking is for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. It's slowly growing. Andy's been giving me the update on that, so it's still good. It's Thanksgiving or just post Thanksgiving. Go tell your whole family to fucking subscribe, please. That would be a good move.
Yeah, just as some housekeeping for what's going on with the channels and the whatnots, we have all these the full episodes are now on YouTube of the video version, and the older stuff is also being populated onto the YouTube channel, so that's worth finding too. We put our most popular video, Louis C.K. Just it outperforms everything. I don't know why. I gotta figure out why that's such a beloved topic. People, I mean, it's scandalous. Louis funny, but it's doubling like every view, every download. It crushes. So that's one of the better things that we have to offer, and that's available on the YouTube channel, along with the one that just came out this week was the Ariana Grande one that has been behind the paywall up until now. So that is findable on the YouTube channel as well. But then if you want to subscribe to the Patreon for just $5 a month, we're doing exclusive stuff that you can only find there. We just did an episode right before this about holiday fails, the worst parts of our holidays. And then we watched a bunch of content of people ruining Thanksgiving. And that was a lot of fun. And that's going to live behind the paywall for our Patreon only subscribers. But then we also last week did Mike Tyson, which was fun.
Stupendous.
It was great to go back and relive how hilariously terrifying Mike Tyson was. All his knockouts and all his trash talk that was
his fornicating.
Yeah, where he was swearing that he was going to rape his opponents, and you were just wondering if he was kidding or serious. I think he means this, that he's going to.
He was 100% serious.
I think he's going to fuck a man to death. So that's exclusive to Patreon. You know, we did the Lunchley Logan Paul thing, and we did the Jake Paul fiasco thing behind the paywall with Mike Tyson. So if you want to check that out, we would appreciate you joining the Patreon, but we would also just appreciate you following on Instagram and, liking and following there, or any rating and reviewing of any of the channels, specifically YouTube though, but wherever you listen to podcasts, if you would shoot a review and a like, that would help drive awareness to the show, which, that's what we're all about right now. Let's get some ears and eyes on it, Joe.
Yeah, we've been doing this long enough. It needs to start taking off.
No, we haven't. This is not, they say 10,000 hours. I think we're at like 200. Yeah. We got a long way to go. But we need all the help we can get. And one of those ways to help the show, Joe, is to talk about what's trending. And the big news of the weekend, of the holiday weekend, somebody had a really happy holiday. Somebody got a big diamond ring from a real winner, and Josh Allen proposed to Hailee Steinfeld, and Josh is the winner in this scenario. To me, I love Hailee Steinfeld. They're calling her the Queen of Buffalo now.
Oh, poor Hailee. Yeah, nobody. You don't want to be the queen of that, but I mean, that's true. I've been calling her Mrs. Allen for a long time, so it's long overdue, really.
They call Taylor Swift the Princess of Shitville, so it could be worse.
That's correct in more ways than one.
Yeah, fuck that place.
Yeah,
But to get into
Haley's a triple threat, and Taylor is, a singular entity. We've seen her in whatever stupid movie that was.
I think it's funny. I'm sorry. I'm like coughing. It's early. We're doing the show earlier than we normally do, and I just woke up. But since you brought up the triple threat thing, this was one of when we're talking about things people need to apologize for. And obviously, Hailee Steinfeld is a beautiful young lady that can sing and act and looks good. But what she can't do is fucking dance. If you could skip to my clip 10, Ed, this is one of her music videos that I was watching. I was like, oh, they're cutting around this because she cannot she can't keep time. I used to say this of Ariana Grande too. I saw some stage
Neither can Taylor Swift.
I'm sure they do it for 10,000 hours and they get a little bit better at it at this point. But at one point, I was like, oh, Ariana Grande can't dance with a shit. And Hailee Steinfeld falls into that category too. Do you have the clip, Ed? Clip 10? I cut the music so that YouTube won't ban it, but it's like, okay, I could do that. I could do this. This is not impressive in any single way.
I mean, the dancing's not impressive.
That's what I'm talking about.
But
no, this is just down. This is just good decision making. This. I wouldn't call this dancing,
right? Especially this.
This is voguing. This is a choreography you can learn in a day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just like they're phoning it in. So I also I can't dance either, and I can't condition my body to look like the guys that get to be in that music video with her.
I can see. I have eyes. I know you can't dance.
I can. I just don't want to.
Okay, Patrick Michael. How dare you bring that up about Hailee? The triple threat is acting, singing, and looking hot, not dancing.
Right. But we're all obviously Bills fans on this show. So this kind of news pops off, and sure, we're all happy for Josh. He's found the love of his life after he cheated on his girlfriend for 10 years, and then dropped her for Hailee Steinfeld.
Why are you saying these things?
This is all apologies, Joe, and we're going to figure out what these people need to apologize for. I brought this up.
Your sister is going to kick your ass for talking trash about her little boy.
Yeah,
her sweet angel.
I was telling my wife, I was like, these guys are very upset that I'm bringing up detracting things about Josh Allen, but we need to.
Andy, this is what Buffalo people say about all of this shit. Like, before you get to it, we've talked about this. We've got over all of it. That's what anyone in Western New York will say when all of these topics that Andy's about to bring up come up.
Yeah, but like I said, the news of the day. This is image one there, Ed. That in the package. This is the big news that came out over the holidays. It made everybody's day. Everybody got very excited. It was funny because I released the Louis C.K. episode, Joe, and we put a lot of other people's content in there, like the Andrew Schultz interview, some of Louis' stand-up, and like other people's interview things. The thing that YouTube blocked from that was the Louis' accusers Comedy Central stand-up thing. I don't know if you remember that woman doing the backup dancer bit.
Yeah, it was horrible.
That was hack. That's what was blocked by YouTube. Her joke that was not killing. It was keeping that episode from uploading on YouTube. So if you see things cut out arbitrarily, it's probably because we had to lose it thanks to YouTube's terms of service. Oh, here we go. Isn't this lovely? You can't tell.
Magical.
It could be anybody, really. I don't know.
He's almost as tall as her on one knee.
Yeah, and she's wearing heels. She lost the heels. If she, yeah.
Well, if she lost the heels, they'd be the same height.
Well, that's a good thing for she's right at waist level for when she gets her diamond ring. the old Family Guy bit. It's like, well, she'll kind of have to, right? If you
I
if
love
you're
the
a diamond this big.
yeah, I love these people who are like, "She's the queen of Buffalo." Josh is a California guy. Like, the second the season's over or any chance he gets, he's fucking on the West Coast. Like, these people are hanging out there. That's the Pacific,
Yeah,
okay?
right. So I guess this is what people are concerned about, right? We've been covering Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. When you're leading up to being competitive, you kind of want to edge a little bit and not satisfy your urges and keep it real irritable and
His esse
aggressive.
Josh's essence was
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
She's,
milk.
yeah, Delilah is cutting off, Samson's hair with this engagement announcement for leading up to this ball game. So I think that's mainly what the fan base is concerned about, that his attention isn't gonna be on, stomping which should be a gimme of a game tonight, right? We're recording this on Sunday. Is San Francisco any good this year?
McCaffrey's back, you never
Guys,
know.
do you wanna weigh in on this?
Purdy is
What
back, I think. I don't know if he's ready.
The Bills should win this game. I think they're a 7-point favorite
Did
as
you
of this
see
morning.
did you see the conditions in Buffalo right now?
I love it. It makes me so happy. I can't wait for it to continue this way. Lake Erie will
Snow
show up
covered.
for the first time this year. It's going to be a complete shit show. It's going to be wonderful. Um,
That's about big accumulation happening?
Not massive, but
but it's just nasty. It's typical Western New York nasty weather.
it
That's
was
why we're
I
all
woke
so
up, it was
sunshiny.
27 here. I can only imagine what it is in Buffalo right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
south of Buffalo, there's a big snow belt warning,
Yeah.
like 30 inches, like, warning
But
or
the
something.
the the 49ers are in a tailspin right now,
yeah.
and this is one of those games where I always say it. It's like, don't play with your food. The Bills should win this game. They're supposed to win this game,
Yeah.
which
Okay.
means it's going to be a lot closer than it needs to be.
Well,
Yeah.
that's my point, though. This is gonna be telling of Josh's attention and focus is, the way this game goes. But
Well, let's
wait,
also say, hang on, like, they're coming off of a bye, he just got engaged, so, like, it's not a matter of the better team, right? As far as, like, the Bills should win this game, like Ed said, but this is definitely going to be a matter of, is everybody coming back into Orchard Park with their head on straight?
straight, right. So the big announcement comes out, and the only thing that matters is the headline two. Ed, what does Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey think about the engagement announcement?
They're breaking up.
Travis Kelsey's reaction to Hailee Steinfeld's engagement sends Taylor Swift fans into a frenzy. It's not even about Josh Allen. It has nothing. He's not even mentioned in the headline.
Scroll
What?
down a little bit. Let's see. So what was Travis Kelsey's reaction?
It was
Keep scrolling.
congratulations, and then everybody
Okay,
else was
wait,
like,
stop.
"Oh,
Stop there.
you're next, bro. When are you gonna pop the question to Taylor? I have to make
Oh, it
this
just says
whole."
congratulations
Yeah,
with
that's
several
all he said.
hand emojis. Okay.
Yeah, and then everybody in the comments was like, "Well, when are you gonna get engaged?" This is a the equivalent of some dick proposing to their girlfriend at your wedding.
Yeah.
That's you. This is trying to steal Josh's thunder.
Travis Kelsey was heard to say, "Oh, good for
Yeah,
you."
yeah, that was Travis Kelsey's comment. It was a tweet under an Entertainment Weekly announcement of their engagement. It's like, what? It's not all. It's not Real Housewives. It's not a soap opera for your teeny bopper horse shit fan base. But they're trying to make it all about Taylor. To me, I don't know. I like Haley Steinfeld more than I like Taylor Swift. I'll tell you that. I
Yep.
was trying to watch. Well, I'll get to that later. But um,
You know
I
what we
guess
don't get at Bills games a lot, Andy? The
what
camera cutting to Hailee Steinfeld every fucking 5 seconds when she's either there or not there or whatever the fuck's
I know.
happening. That does not happen.
You never know when she's there. I'd like to know when she's
She's
there.
not trying to
I don't
overshadow Josh Allen at a Bills game.
I don't need to see her for every play, but I'd like to see her in the skybox at the beginning of the episode, just a
They will show her
episode, the game I
today.
need.
Chris
She'll be
Collinsworth will be insufferable tonight, and they will show him.
he'll
They
be
would show her, I should say.
he'll be edging in his pants.
Yeah, he's the fucking pine cone.
Oh, I said I watched the TD Finns fan YouTube channel while I was watching the Dolphins game over Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Maybe I'll watch Dan Mitchell instead of Chris Collinsworth over.
I'm sorry.
over
I think the game is on NFL Network tonight.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not on NBC. It's on
I'm
NFL
gonna
Network.
watch it.
So it'll be Rich Eisen doing the game.
Good.
I will
Who we
fucking love Rich Eisen.
Love it. But Kurt Warner will also be there, and he's kind of a douche too.
Rich Eisen will make up for all of it.
Ed, can you jump to my image 7 in the links page? Because when like Hailee needs to apologize for showing up on the scene in the movie True Grit and looking like this. Who would have thought that this young lady would turn into the Queen of Buffalo? If you could find that link. Down underneath in the middle. Oh no, Ed. Where it says view image under that in the middle. You can blow that up. Yeah. Not that we need to, but well, that didn't work.
Whatever, it's fine.
I apologize for not knowing how the internet works.
I
But yeah, she just looked like I mean, by design, she looked really homely, right?
yeah,
Ed, don't worry about it. You can take it down.
I
And you were just like, oh, I mean, yeah, sure she's a good actor, but who would have thought that she'd become such a dime piece?
so I
No,
The other part to this, though, wasn't she like 14 when she did this movie?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I'm not saying she should have been.
She was a
hot at
little
the age
kid.
of
So why
14.
are you trashing a little kid? That'd be
Just
like us trashing on a kid who pulls all of the stuff off of a dining room table at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah, patreon.com, everyone, to see
So
that.
I consider True Grit. True Grit is a holiday movie to me. Like some people call Die Hard a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I consider True Grit to be like a Thanksgiving, a holiday movie.
How so?
It just has a feel of the holidays for me, especially the John Wayne one. And I forget the actress's name that played that role, but she's very great in it. And the remake, I was just like, why the fuck are they remaking True Grit? That's like a disgrace. The remake is great. It is great, and Haley had a lot, like big shoes to fill playing that role, and I think everybody expected it to not be good, and she did a phenomenal job, and her career took off after that. I don't know
You're
if
right.
she did before True Grit, but she killed that role.
You're right, Joe. The Cohen brothers don't have a reputation that would make you think that it would be good. I have come to. I'm saying they do. I don't know why you were worried that the movie wouldn't be. It's got fucking
I'm saying
Jeff
you just
Bridges
shouldn't.
and the Cohen brothers and Matt Damon attached to it.
Just 'cause the Cohen brothers are gonna fucking remake Casablanca, that makes it a good idea. Like, some things should just be left untouched, is
Okay.
all I mean.
I haven't seen the original, just to be honest.
The original True Grit?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Okay, I'll watch it. But I do want to mention that I've arrived at this is in the books. This is final. This you can't argue with this anymore because for years I championed the fact that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's not. Die Hard is good any day of any month of any year. Go ahead and watch it whenever the fuck you want. It came out in July of '88. It's not a Christmas movie. It happens at Christmas. You can watch it at Christmas. You can enjoy it. It's not a Christmas movie. It's a summer tentpole movie that you can enjoy any time of the year. It's the best fucking action movie ever. So it's not just Christmas movies. You only watch at Christmas, right? You're not going to watch a Christmas story in June, right?
I say this from a guy who's never seen the original True Grit. Go fuck yourself. Die Hard's a Christmas movie, whatever. But you're right. You watch it anytime.
that. A movie that you can watch any time of year is not a Christmas movie. It's just a fantastic fucking movie.
I'm more
Joe, I have
inclined.
to say that might be the funniest thing you have ever said in your entire life. Well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, okay, the bar set really low. I I know people have things to do today, so let's move right along into the apologies. Let's drill down on, well, all right, let's start with the lighter fare. Okay. What does Hailee Steinfeld have to apologize for in clip? I know I'm going out of order. 8. I apologize. Clip 8.
AIDS.
This is Haley appearing on Between Two Ferns, and uh, maybe some of the the choices that she's made with the projects she signs on to are less than desirable. And Zach Galifianakis is going to take her to task for Bumblebee.
You have 12 million Instagram followers. How long did it take you to apologize to each one of them for Bumblebee? I walked out of that movie. I'm just kidding. I didn't walk out of the movie. I skipped out. So I was so happy to be leaving. Wow.
Have you ever seen the movie Bumblebee, Joe?
Started it
Right.
and turned it off. Yeah,
And you skipped out.
yeah, I skipped out for sure. That is, I would consider to be kind of a rare misstep for her.
Yeah, like I said, I like her. I think I gave that movie a chance, despite all signs pointing to there's no way this is going to be good. But based on her involvement in it, I gave it a chance.
Yeah.
And just like you, and just like Zach, and just like everybody else, probably, I never got around to finishing it. I turned it
To
off.
be fair, though, I feel the same way about all the Transformers movies. It's not Mark Wahlberg's fault that Transformers suck. It's not Haley Steinfeld's fault that Transformers sucks. It's never the human beings in those movies that make it unwatchable. Like, I'm always just like, well, Bumblebee should be talking in pop culture references that are played over the radio, right? I just don't remember it being well done.
Yeah, of course it wasn't. So that is the
It's the
Haley.
worst car commercial I ever saw.
Now let's get into the apology that nobody wants to talk about. This is
Disavow, disavow.
headline for Ed. I guess back in, was it 2018? It was even well before that though. We can splash this up because when Josh Allen was in high school, much like the Brooke Schofield episode that we did, Joe, you remember that?
Mm.
How she was getting a little too popular and like big in her, too big for everybody. And when that happens, people want to take you down a peg. They start digging into your Twitter history from when you were a child, and come to find out that 14-year-old kids that don't know that they're going to be famous someday start talking shit on Twitter.
Right.
And if there's one thing that Cypress Hill and Jeremy Piven and Scary Movie 3 have taught us, it's that back then it was a lot of people could get away with using the N word with the soft A, if you on Twitter especially. So I like how the headline is not really scroll up, Ed. So uh Josh Allen had to go through a bit of a scandal right when he was being drafted for old tweets resurfacing of him adding his friends on Twitter about how he's going to own Edwards in beer pong or whatever. And he's adding specific people. I don't know what ethnicity they are, but maybe they're white kids that think that a white kid calling another white kid the N word makes them feel like they're in Public Enemy, or they love rap. They love rap music a little too much,
All right.
and they're having
I actually have it right
too
here.
much too
The
much
real.
fun. Do you have the one that features the tweets? There's one where you scroll down and you can
I
see.
don't have the one that features the tweets, but I have the apology.
Okay. Oh yeah. No, I have the apology video.
Oh,
I just wanted to feature the headline in the tweets.
oh, okay.
If you want to play my clip 5, Ed, this is draft day, right? And Josh is a little concerned that his gravy train is going to go off the tracks because some some dickhead who is probably the second choice was trying to fuck up his program, right? So this is him eating shit on live TV.
The tweets that you sent out when you were in high school, characterized as racially insensitive. When you wrote those words, what did they mean
Characterized.
to you?
Well, I mean, if you look back at it, I didn't write a lot of those words. Obviously, we were young and dumb. I was, 15, 16 years old at the time. And, I never realized that could hurt me 6 years down the line. So I want to be used, as a example for, kids that are 15, 16, that some things can't come up to you and reach you 6 years later. I'm extremely sorry for what happened. I own it. And there was no, malintentions with those tweets, and I'm sorry, and I apologize, and I'm very emotional about it, and I don't want to get choked up right now, but it's been a tough day, but I'm here now with my family, got a really good support cast. All my teammates reached out to me. They know who I am. They understand what's going on here.
And this goes back to, we've covered a lot of things like this where in 2024 hindsight is 2024. People have come to realize now that the insensitivity of language back 15, 20, even 10 or 5 years ago, it's all just being more aware of the experience of the minority group and how those words affect people, right? And that awareness was not there 10 years ago or 15 years ago. So a lot of these issues that we cover around this subject kind of focus on that mentality, right? Of the perspective of a young person and how their words might affect a Black Lives Matter 20 years from now. It's like nobody was thinking about that.
Oh, Andy, I'm looking at like this is shit that I never even saw before, and I don't know, like now it has a like I don't believe that like Josh Allen had a blue check mark in fucking when he was 16 years old in high school or
Course not.
whatever, or even maybe when he was the quarterback in Wyoming, I guess.
He
But
couldn't even he went to such a small school, like, to give you an idea, he grew up in a town that was like 7,500 people. It's like the same
yeah.
size as the town that my parents live in down in Allegheny County, right? It's this
Now,
little tiny high school that he went to.
excuse
He
me.
couldn't even get an offer from a D1 school. He had to go to a JUCO in order to get offers from a D1 school.
Racist.
The only one that gave him an
Hard
offer
J.
was the guy from Wyoming. That's why he
Yeah.
went there. It was the
So-
only offer he got.
Juicy.
I'm looking at old tweets now. Obviously, some of the ones that we've seen like are him using the N word on Twitter or whatever, and he says I didn't even write half of those. Like, so what? Like a teammate has his phone and they go, "Hey, let me borrow your phone to make a phone call," and then they go into his Twitter account and just tweet something. Maybe I don't know what it is. He's saying he didn't write some of it, but now I'm looking at this. What this says, Josh Allen, I love penis. This one says, "I like touching younger kids' peters." Like, I
He
don't
wrote all
think that
those
he wrote
things.
any of that. It's just like, how much of it is deep fake, or is it like something where it's just like, we'll just flood. This is like lawyers when they give all of the document that we'll just bury them in paperwork. We'll
Oh,
just
so you're saying
bury
it's
you
a
in
false flag,
false-
fake news
yeah.
operation?
the
I think
false
that
flag
part of it
operation from Josh Allen's agent.
I think part of it too was that, like, some of it stemmed from, like, quoting movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then it started getting out of hand, so that's why he's saying, "Oh, I didn't really write that stuff."
This
Like,
says,
he's
"I'll
quoting
kill
things.
you and pack you on a ship." What? I mean,
That's what we should do to that kid who pulled all the stuff off the table.
Yeah. I mean, it all goes back to just liking Cypress Hill too much. Right?
Yeah.
Rap people that like rap music think that they're being like the people that they enjoy. And
Josh Allen, dick in my mouth is the best way to make my day.
yeah, he-
When I eat, I don't leave a tip.
I
I mean,
know.
it's
So again, the mentality has changed. The landscape in
people
this
are
day
much
and
more
age.
savvy now.
People used to drink. People used to drive drunk. You know, but we don't do that. As you're not allowed
Used
to do
to.
that anymore. I'm just saying
But that was
the
yesterday.
the perception of the act of driving drunk used to be a lot more tolerated, and now
Yeah.
it is derided, or shamed, and
Careful, kids.
it's the
What
same.
we
It's the same
say.
kind of thing. You can't hold a 14-year-old in 2008 to the same standard as a 33-year-old in 2024. I mean, that math doesn't line up, but
When you're
you
trying to get a lot
understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, when you're trying to get a lot of attention, like me, this is why I can't be trusted to go live on the internet because 'cause I'll just say wild shit just to fucking say wild shit, and and then you're just like, "Oh, well, I was just trying to fucking, say something controversial to, get clicks or gain
Yeah.
some attention or whatever." Once you have Andy knows, I say this all the time. Once you level up, you have to change the way you behave. And
Yeah.
if there's one thing that we've seen about Josh Allen, so as Bills fans from the very beginning, is and the whole organization was good at developing Josh Allen in a way is just like, here's your problem, now go fix it. And they always do that. And Josh Allen always does that. They're just
Yeah.
like, hey, you're good running the ball, but we need to see that arm. We need a lot more accuracy throwing the ball. He comes back with Diggs, he can throw the ball. Oh, but hey, now you have a lot of turnovers and interceptions. You need to fix that. That's your fucking note, like heart five the entire season. 5 turnovers from him
So
this
what
season.
you're saying, Joe, is
People change
that people change and can learn from mistakes?
and improve. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
can't believe we're defending just because we love the guy, we're defending him way harder than we would anybody else.
Yes, of course.
We are such pieces of shit.
If I was a Dolphins fan, I would be like, yeah, what a lose. It's just disgraceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You remember those tweets you have? You're gonna have to put the end hate license plate on your helmet. It needs to be twice as big as everybody else's, and we're gonna have every photo op of you and Diggs while Ebony and Ivory plays
Yeah,
behind you
right.
guys, and you guys are like eating a sundae with one, drinking a milkshake with two straws.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be your new image because of
Yeah.
this tweet parade. But
Andy and I know yesterday we were talking about doing this, and I was like, this is why Josh Allen was forced to be best friends with Stephon Diggs. And the only commonality they could find with each other was fucking Call of Duty.
oh, I mean, could be could be worse.
Which is not true. That's a joke, but
Mhm.
um, I mean, it's all true that I think that they were friends. They did love each other as teammates and shit like that while they were together. But
I say this of a lot of people that are in the military, people that are on sports teams. They don't. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't exist in the locker room, racism like this, but especially if you're a quarterback and you're leading a team, there's not a lot of room for that kind of mentality, that kind of like hate, coming from a guy like this, who's seemingly a very nice guy, who does a lot of charity work, who does a lot of public appearances and things. There's no way that he is like a malicious racist. This is not like the case.
yeah,
So, I mean,
I don't know how Tyreek Hill and Harrison Butker had lockers next to each other in the Chiefs locker room. Okay, they're very different fucking people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And Josh Allen doesn't fall into that category. But this is all apologies. And that when this was popping off in the news and it was one of the trending things, I said, let's look at these uh, histories. And when you type in Josh Allen apology, that's what pops up. But What he really needs to apologize is for the opening of the 2023 season. This highlight reel almost ended my marriage, and I'm not kidding. My wife almost left me when I was watching this game, and I was losing my motherfucking mind. This is game 1 against the Jets. Aaron Rodgers had just shown up and blown out his fucking knee in the first quarter,
On
and you're like,
9/11. This was
they
on
got
9/11.
this is locked up. They're gonna walk away with a win here, and it's gonna kick off the season the way it should. No, guess what? We get this fucking happy horse shit in clip 3.
Allen looking left is going to launch. Hardy downfield, overthrown, it's picked. Allen gets rid of it down the middle. It is picked again.
Same shit.
Pass is picked again. Guess.
I was screaming. I was screaming at the TV at the end. And
I hate you so much for making me play that.
listen, guess what? He had just started dating Hailee Steinfeld when this happened. Okay. So guess where his attention was, and guess where it is tonight. So we should all be a little worried. And I'm sure my sister is pissed at me right now for saying this, but I'm concerned. And
But you're not. There's no reason to be concerned with that because, like I said, they figure these things out and they target it and they fix it. He hasn't thrown a ball like that all season. Like very, very rarely are you seeing a throw like that from Josh Allen these days. They're dinking and dunking all the way down the field, and he, puts on the cape, as they say, which I'm tired of that. Let me issue a fucking. I demand an apology to all mainstream NFL commentators who say Superman puts on the cape. I'm sick of fucking hearing it. It is so fucking cliche at this point.
Good.
But
All
yeah, he's running the ball more than he's doing. Like it's these short passes. He's not going like, well, they don't have the receivers to do this. I mean, they do have Amari Cooper now. We have seen some, but these long bombs that are just, up for contention. Like we don't have. The Bills suffer from these like Hail Mary shit. Like Aaron Rodgers did it to us this year.
right. I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah, the Hail Murray fucking to D-Hop.
Some people do have the capacity to do it. The crazy.
Well, you have to have the big body, the tall receiver to go up
Yeah.
high and catch the ball.
That loss was brutal, and watching the announcer basically call the shot, like step up to the plate and point to the wall and say the Babe Ruth is going to hit it out of the park here, and they show a highlight reel of Aaron Rodgers nailing Hail Marys, and then he did it right after that to the Bills. So that was a sore subject. That was hard to watch. Everybody, just let's all get our hopes up that everything's going to go great tonight, because I mean, I think it is. They're having a great season, and congratulations,
Tucker, Andy. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You're ruining everything.
As the Bills like to say before the game, as Bills social media likes to say before every game, never a doubt.
Yeah. I do want to pivot into that was what Josh needs to apologize for, that game, and these other things that people want to demand apologies of Josh for. But what do we want to, and Hailee Steinfeld, we have already covered, beloved, Josh Allen, beloved. But what does Hailee need to apologize for? We already said her dancing leaves a little something to be desired. But what about her performance in Disney Plus, Joe? What about the MCU? What about the MCU? What about
how dare you?
Disney making every historically male Avenger a woman now? in my screenshot 11 there, Ed. So I was actually trying to watch this last night, and thanks a lot, Deadpool and Wolverine for dropping over the holidays. That it was breaking the internet. I couldn't. The streaming was just going down and wouldn't work. So I I powered through about 2 episodes of this, so I could remember if it was
You
any
loved
good.
this at the time.
I was trying to remember if it was any good. Was it any good, Joe?
No, it sucked. I hated it. It's not her fault. It's ill-conceived. It's one of these just, like, made just because of Christmas. Like, it's made for the holidays, around the holidays, and Jeremy Renner is just a dour asshole through the whole thing. Haley is fine in it. I have 0 problem with them making her Hawkeye.
Mhm.
Um, but it's all in the writing and shit. It's not her fault that it sucks.
Yeah, let's turn Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye into a broken old man, a la Dark Knight Rises. You know, he's like Batman is a broken down piece of shit for basically the entire movie, and Jeremy Renner is beaten into the ground. He has a hearing loss from all the aliens exploding New York around him. I guess that's a realistic way to portray a street level human hero, right? That's
Yeah.
maybe not the best tact or not the worst tact to take to pass the torch to from Hawkeye to a Kate Bishop. I mean, I didn't hate it. I like her. Like you said, I liked it when it came out because I like her, right?
Yeah.
So based on her appeal, I gave it a chance. I still don't think that it was the worst thing that Disney Plus has put out, but also Kathleen Kennedy is turning around, or
No.
who's the Marvel
Kevin
head?
Feige.
Kevin Feige. All these Disney things where they just have to turn around and humiliate the heroes. It's like you have Hawkeye became like when the snap happens and his whole family is gone, he becomes the Ronin character, right? That
Mhm.
is a ninja type
Yeah.
of
It
assassin
was
that's
badass.
killing organized. Right. Oh, so this character is a total badass. How do we walk that back and make it seem comical in clip 12 there, the screenshot 12? It's like, let's make this character look buffoonish. She like puts on now she's wearing it and she's running around like the Three Stooges, and they're saying, well, this is the character now. This is what we're serving up. And the next one, 15, it's like if this doesn't look stupid enough for you, let's put a clan hood on it and make it even more ridiculous.
Just like the Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch the episode we did with Christian Blatt about Marvel, to to fully understand my feelings about Marvel. But I will once again go back. It's not her fault this sucks. Bob Iger. I don't even like we said Kevin Feige. Um, that's not who I blame for it either. It's all Disney. It's Disney's fault that shit all sucks. The DEI politics in Disney and what they're trying to do to shift these
Right.
characters.
Natalie Portman is Thor, Ironheart is the new
Yeah,
Iron
yeah.
Man, and Hailee Steinfeld is the new Hawkeye, and this is
And I heard the new Captain America is dog water.
really? Ah, come on, I want it to be good. I haven't seen it yet.
Red Hulk. I want Harrison Ford as Red Hulk. I want that to be good.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna obviously I'll see it. I see all this shit, whether I like it or not. There's very few things. Echo is the other thing that came out of this show that is maybe the one thing that I didn't bother watching. But
Fight choreography looks shitty.
very few things I just totally I'm just like, no, no Marvels. No, thank you. Not
Yeah,
for
the
me.
Marvels.
I didn't see it, and very, very rarely am I just like, I could just tell this isn't for me, and I'm not gonna give it a chance. But,
I was
uh,
blown away. Christian like praised the Marvels as far as like as a good show.
he liked it because he got to take his kid to see it. He got to spend time with his child, and it was made for that demographic, and he enjoyed that. He could share that with his kid. I don't
Oh,
think
well, that's
thought
fair.
I don't think he thought it was good. He did say that he thought that the Miss Marvel show was good, and that is another thing that's just not for me. I did watch it, and I could see how a 13-year-old girl would like that. I didn't,
I
but
don't like that Ms. Marvel, like, I don't like that it's, like, stretchy powers like Mr. Fantastic. Like, go get your own fucking power.
well, in the show, it's more of like an energy-based thing. Comics, you're right. It's more of a Plastic Man type of thing, but in the show, it was more like Green Lantern.
Anti-waggy.
It was more like Green Lantern, right?
Right, right.
But when we want to talk about things that people need to apologize for, and when you talk about Hawkeye and the fact that Jeremy Renner is involved in it, Joe,
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner, I think Jeremy Renner perceives himself as a Renaissance man when we're talking about triple and quadruple threats.
Yeah, he's a
I've heard
musician.
Jeremy Renner being interviewed on Howard Stern about flipping houses and being, a jack of all trades when it comes to the
He's
workshop.
almost
And
dying.
he's a jack of all trades of driving a snowplow. No, but
Professional snowplow driver Jeremy Renner.
but you're right. You called it his music career. He fancies himself a singer, and I feel like this is a Hollywood trope. All these people, everybody outside of Hollywood thinks karaoke is an embarrassing joke. Like this is something that drunk losers do when they're drunk. Not let's go out and showcase our talents. Maybe an
I love how
agent.
we've pivoted from uh Josh Allen and Hailee Steinfeld's engagement and apologies to Jeremy Renner's music career. And he's look over at this, everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
Leave Josh Allen alone.
let's all forget about Josh Allen's high school social media presence, and let's focus on clip 13. I spent because I know YouTube is going to strike this, so I'm trying. It's going to look a little weird and sound a little weird, but see if you can figure out what is being ripped off. There's nothing good. There's nothing original. This is fucking trash, and this is Jeremy Renner's song "Main Attraction." That is a carbon copy of something else that we'll get to in a second.
Every time I take a ride, I feel alive with nowhere to go. I'm the king of the road. You're the queen of my throne.
Does that that little taste remind you of anything else that you may have heard before that's way more popular?
Matchbox 20, I don't know.
Well, that's a good. I think you're just saying that Jeremy Renner looks like the singer from Matchbox 20, which you're not wrong. They do slightly resemble each other, but
White guy
that
shit.
when when it's playing at the normal speed, maybe it's a little more obvious,
Mm.
but this is a complete carbon copy of your favorite banjo, Imagine Dragons. Clip 14, Ed. Tell me this doesn't sound like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. He looks like fucking Jeremy Renner. Ugh. Fucking crossover. I was disappointed to see that the Arcane theme song is Imagine Dragons.
Oh, what is Arcane? Tell me.
It's Arcane League of Legends. It's a Netflix original cartoon, and Hailee is the voice of the main character.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not
season 2
interested
just
in
came
things
out.
that Haley's the voice of. Like, I mean, I know
Ghost
she's
Spider.
yeah, Spider Gwen in Across the Spider Verse, but
Mhm.
and I mean, I like those movies too. So I'm kidding. I'll anything she's attached to, I'll give it a chance. But I just think it's funny that when you talk about connective tissue of our episodes here, now we're watching the singer from Imagine Dragons fighting Dolph Lundgren in a Jake Paul Tyson-esque young man fighting an old man. What a piece of shit that band
Garbage,
song.
garbage,
I saw
garbage in, garbage out.
I saw Imagine Dragons at Water Street Music Hall back before they were super huge, and
Could you get this
A-
guy off the screen, Ed?
AWOL, yeah. AWOL,
I guess I'll take over the show.
yeah, AWOL Nation opening for Imagine Dragons, and
Now the show's gonna be all about the original True Grit and something something else.
yeah, and how the Bills are going to go all the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was worth bringing up. Let's see. Do I have any? Oh, when we are talking about the decline of Disney and Hawkeye and how they ruined it, one of the other things that I thought was worth mentioning was Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin being reintroduced into the series, right?
Yeah,
Why
not a
are they
bad move.
making him look like an espresso martini on vacation in Fire Island with this? They
Well,
just
the white suit is classic.
yeah, but
I think they were trying to make a classic comic.
so the Hawaiian shirt is classic comic.
I don't know.
That they just everybody needs to know that Daredevil season 2 is one of the best fucking shows that of the MCU, hands down. If
Mm,
you want to know what the MCU should be doing with their
yeah.
content, Daredevil season 2 is it. The
Yeah.
Punisher is blowing heads off with a shotgun. He's blowing the Irish mafia away. Literally heads exploding.
The prison fight. I can't remember what episode it is. I think it might be 4 or 5. The Punisher fighting in prison is one of the best sequences
Yeah.
in television
Yeah.
ever. One of those fads is, or social media is, like these shows that like were never bad, like they never really missed a step. The Daredevil series for Netflix was probably one of those.
Yeah.
It only got better and better
Mhm.
as it
I
went
wanna
on.
I wanna rewatch season 3, but season 2, it has the fully realized version of Daredevil, the costume and all, firing on all cylinders. It has John Barenthal doing probably the best version of the Punisher,
For sure.
ultra violent content on in a Marvel property that hasn't been seen since the likes of Deadpool. You know,
Yeah.
even more aggressive and gritty than Deadpool, right?
Yeah, they
So
went with that PTSD kind of story arc for the Punisher show, which was good. The Ray Stevens Warzone was good. The Ray Stevenson version of Punisher was good. Go check that out if you haven't seen it, the movie. But
I
yeah,
like
John
pretty much
Barenthal's Punisher was awesome.
I like pretty much all of the incarnations of the Punisher,
Yeah,
but the Daredevil season 2 Punisher is the quintessential. It's the you know
for sure.
the best version.
Yep,
So whenever people talk about Disney properties, I always point to that as it's that and Winter Soldier, Captain America, Winter Soldier are
mm,
maybe the best Disney or the best MCU stuff
yeah,
to me, my
yep,
opinion.
yep.
I want more of that. I don't want the Kingpin in a Hawaiian shirt. I don't want Daredevil in the yellow and gold. It's just unnecessary. I'm very worried about
You know, like the
the
She-Hulk.
Born
The
Again. I'm
She-Hulk.
very worried. No, 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 no. Don't even mention that, Joe.
No, no, no.
uh, I'm worried about the new reboot of it. I hope that it lives up to the first 3 seasons. I know it won't. It'll be ruined. They're ruining everything over there now that it's that 'cause what we're talking about was when it was Netflix heavy. This is,
They refuse
Disney Plus
to.
gonna be Disney Plus Light.
They
So,
refuse to accept that somebody else might know better. Like even Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool, he had to wrestle control of that property from them and tell them no a billion fucking times.
yeah,
That they're not gonna force fuck, bullshit into that movie. And yeah, they just don't. They refuse to listen to anybody else. They're right about everything, and it's
they're not
terrible. They're ruining
they're
it
not
all.
read Reddit, listen to your fans. That's all the best thing you could do. Put
It's,
kids in
it's what Ryan Reynolds did from like when he made the short, right? Like before they even made the real Deadpool, is like he just knew what that character was supposed to be as a fan or what fans expected.
Go read the Frank Miller Daredevil and just do that. Just page for page, whatever Frank Miller says, do it.
Yeah.
But to wrap things up, Joe, let's decide on whether or not we forgive Hailee Steinfeld for Bumblebee.
Forever forgiven.
Forgive her for
She tried to elevate that piece of shit.
Pitch Perfect 3.
Forgiven.
Okay.
Tried to elevate that piece of shit.
Divine.
Okay, we'll see what your opinion of her is after when we're Monday morning quarterbacking tonight's
I
game.
will punch you in the face. I will fucking punch you in the face. You shut your goddamn mouth.
Josh Allen's tweets, right? We're not worried about this.
He's a fucking Chad.
Yeah.
He didn't mean it. Dumb kid boys will be boys.
He didn't
right?
write that shit.
He didn't write. His black friend wrote that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or his white friend who was just trying to make him look like an asshole.
What about Jeremy Renner's singing career?
Disgraceful.
You are the ones who are the ball lickers.
I like to shit on Jeremy Renner for everything he's ever done, but music is not. Whatever. You like it, you have your passions, go do it. Kevin Bacon had a band too. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and Eddie Murphy did What's Up With You with Michael Jackson. Go watch that piece of shit if you want to see what actors singing, how bad that can be. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is one of the worst songs / music videos ever made. So check out Michael Jackson's.
Rick James is so happy about it. He's like, it sounds so good.
Party all the time. No, that's a different
Party
one.
Party all the time is Sergeant Pepper's compared to What's Up With You.
That's true.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for checking this out. Please go check out the full episodes that are over on Patreon for just $5. You got Mike Tyson. You've got Hollywood or Holiday Thanksgiving fails. These are full runtime 1-hour episodes that you can only watch over on Patreon. And there's still some exclusive content that we're slowly populating onto our YouTube channel, which I would also love it if you're just listening to this now and you consume your podcast just by audio only. Do me a fucking favor for the holidays. Give me the gift of you subscribing to my YouTube channel, because we'd love to drive up the number to about 500. We're over 200 right now, and it's pathetic. This is embarrassing. There's people putting out a lot shittier content. I mean, I'm not like tooting my own horn, but consider following us on YouTube.
Just because we tried hard doesn't make it good.
Right. That's right. I mean, I'm not. We're not impressing anybody. We're not. We don't deserve it. But do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on Instagram.
Thank you for your pity.
Speaking of pity, Ed, thank you to Fat Ed V, and thank you to Joe Sixpack for Trucker Andy. I'm saying,
go Bills,
and stay sorry. Stay sorry. Stuck the landing.